Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we'll be jumping back down into the charts to take another look at what has been going on here with Vechain. We've seen some key things occur yesterday, so I really want to go through what I think is likely to happen next. As I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free to join. I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out. Right, with all that said, done out of the way, let's jump on down here into Vechain. Right, so we're just paired up with USDT and the hourly chart, and Binance is our data source. Now the big main takeaway, guys, is we've invalidated our structure to the upside. Okay, so this dash line just down at the bottom here, okay, coming in at 5.729 has actually been taken out. We've wicked down just below it, invalidating the structure of the daily chart. Let me just shoot on up into the daily. Here you can see that we were tracking these 5 impulsive moves going up, our wave 1 being down here. Okay, at 5.729, that's the high point of our wave 1, the lows for wave 2, the highs for wave 3, and unfortunately wave 4 dropped down below wave 1. Basically, that is an unbreakable rule within Elliott theory, and therefore we are not allowed to do such a thing. And as a result, there is no longer 5 waves. Instead, this is in fact now just A, B, overextended C. Okay, we can now go ahead and remove all of these targets because they are irrelevant and they are no longer valid. Okay, so with that being said, we can now get into, let me just actually tidy up some of these lines, get rid of some of these off the charts here because we just don't need that many. Okay, so as you can see now, this is just ABC. What's going on to the downside here? So we're just going to focus in on this this daily for a sec before we jump back down into the hourly chart here. I want to kind of take a look at, I think, this movement right in here. We'll pull that over to here. And yeah, we basically have a 5-wave structure going down. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's not right. Let me pull that in the right place there. 1, 2, 3, with a 4th going up and then a 5th coming down. Okay, so pretty much exactly like Bitcoin. It's pretty much followed the exact pattern of Bitcoin here with this pullback down. So that's the kind of thing that we're looking for. So let's jump now down into, actually before I do that, let's see, with 5 waves down like this, they can be invalidated by a push up higher than our wave 1. So I will just quickly mark that up. It comes in here at 7.464, so 7.464. So let me just drop that down into 64. There we go. Okay, so if we move higher than that line, essentially what we're doing here is saying that we are going to be invalidating our 5th wave down lower. So if there was a bounce of significance into a 4th wave that crosses 7.464, essentially we are no longer impulsive down. But let's also kind of note that when you have 5 waves down like this, you would expect an ABC upwards, and then you would also expect some kind of 5 waves down afterwards. Okay, it's basically a 5-3-5 structure. It's a corrective pattern. Okay, if alternatively we end up with a complete breakdown of everything, you have 5 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down. That's an impulsive structure. Okay, so although we've got 5 waves here, this is an impulsive move, and this would be a sub wave count and all that kind of good stuff. So let's jump on down into our hourly chart now, right? So there's a lot of noise going on here. So this actually gives me encouragement in the same way that we have with Bitcoin. We don't have a clear kind of subset of waves that are basically telling us that we are, you know, in a 5-3-5-3-5 structure. So, you know, we have got 5 waves here, so we want to kind of map that up a little bit. So let's just check that. So there are 5 waves coming down, 3 waves going up, and then we should be looking for some kind of 5 waves coming down here. And this definitely looks like it's the final 5th wave, which has got 5 waves inside it. So that would make this wave 4, or yeah, so that makes that wave 4. Yeah, that's got to be wave 4. So therefore, all of that makes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, cool. So this looks like we have got pretty impulsive structure forming just here, here, and here. So that's your subwave count of your wave 3. Then we are looking for some kind of larger ABC move before we have that fifth wave drop. Now, what we can do, of course, is take our structure here for our entire larger move. Just make sure I line that up nicely. There we go. Grab hold of this. Our retracement zones for this would be approximately here. Let me mark that up and then delete that, and then we'll just draw in. Okay, cool. So this here is our retracement zone for wave 4. And I'll mark this up with a couple of price labels. So we've got the high set up there and the low set down here. So it's between 5.953 and 6.590. That's the fourth wave. Okay, and obviously right now we're tracking some kind of correction upwards. Looks like a really small ABC, just actually short of our target there. So I still think there's a little bit more room to grow into that one. And this might just be some kind of A, then the B, then a C kicking us into this range. Okay, and that's the kind of thing that we're looking for here. It could be complex. If we take a look at wave 2 just up here, this was so simple that this is probably going to be really complicated. So I'll be watching out for a couple of key things with this move as we look to approach the higher ranges here. This is not going to be massive. If we take the current price up to the higher point, you're talking about 11%, and is incredibly risky to know exactly where this is likely to land at this point. So I won't be jumping back into Vechain until I know which is actually going on. I'll probably wait until we get to the fifth wave lows. Now, if we were to see this from our current low point up to that high point, where would our fifth wave potentially be? And this will be right down here. Let me just go ahead and mark that up, and we'll drop that in. And then again, a couple of price labels on this one as well. Let me just go ahead and put those on there so we can see where we are aiming. Cool. So our fifth wave would come down into this yellow box between 5.187 and 5.489. Okay. So that's our structure there for Vechain. Now, this is following a very similar path to what Bitcoin is doing, essentially, with all of that kind of two ranges, right? We've still got to see that fourth wave. Now, the fourth wave, as I said, if it goes higher than 7.464, that's an invalidation, and actually all we've got here is a 535 structure correction. And this is big ABC, right, rather than an impulsive move. Okay, so just keep in mind that this could rally up really, really fast because we're completely oversold on a lot of these timelines. Now, the hourly chart's overbought, so I'm expecting some kind of pullback down, which is fine. The fourth wave's oversold. The 8 hours oversold. The daily's oversold. And the weekly does need to see a correction, right? But I don't think that can happen until we first move on up. So essentially, we're right at the bottom of some kind of bounce, in my opinion. It's how high that goes. If it goes higher than 7.464, then that's kind of what we want. We want to see that because it actually would invalidate the structure going down lower, and it would put us in a pretty good position, right? It would still mean that there's some more corrective patterns to occur, but it means that at least we're not kind of forming a big 5-3-5-3-5 structure going down, right? And that would take us to some pretty significant lows. So all eyes really are on 7464 to see if that happens. Otherwise, we should be expecting 5.9 to 6.5 with a fourth wave, and then we should expect that final fifth wave going lower to be about 5.1 to 5.4. Afterwards, of course, there would be a pretty significant run to the upside. If I take it from the lowest point, I would anticipate that we would see a pretty significant run. Now, we would not go higher than where we were previously. We would probably move up a reasonable amount. I'll be conservative and say maybe 35% on this one as we look to about 50% of the retracement of that entire move before maybe pulling back down again. Okay, so there's going to be some opportunities. There's always opportunities, but we need to identify the pattern of what is going on here to know what kind of expectations we should set. But guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.